Pag-usapan natin ang prescriptive period or tinatawag natin na statutory period of limitation sa pag-make ng assessment at saka pag-kolekta ng tax. Una, kung hindi po fraudulent yung return na na-file ng taxpayer, ang ating BIR ay may karapatan na mag-render ng assessment or mag-conduct ng investigation at mag-render ng assessment within the 3 years. Ang basis natin sa assessment, yung sinasabi na kailangan makarender ng assessment in 3 years, is yung pag-mail or pag-send ng assessment. Now, dito, ang 3-year period is stop. Okay, halimbawa, ma-stop na siya kung yung taxpayer receives the notice, but when the BIR releases, mails, or sends it. Ang ibig sabihin nito, not the stop, but not the basis of the stopping or the basis of serving the assessment is not on the time na na-receive ng taxpayer. Kung hindi, doon sa time kung kailan na-release or na-mail or napadala yung assessment. So, kailangan may documented yan. Kung yung BIR nagpadala ng notice doon sa last day ng 3-year, ito ay matatawag pa rin na valid yung assessment, considered made on time. Ito yung kaso supporting for that. Ang Supreme Court, kina-clarify niya na yung assessment ay deemed made when the notice is released, mailed, or sent. That is according to the CIR versus Grolier International. So, Grolier, I think, dictionary. So, sabi niya, if the taxpayer denies receipt of the tax assessment, the burden of proof shifts to the BIR to show that the notice was actually mailed or sent. So, again, kailangan ipakita well-documented yung proof to support na mail talaga or na sent to make it as to solidify the evidence na pasok yung assessment within 3 years. Okay. Again, yung pag-receive naman ng BIR ng taxpayer doon sa assessment, dito natin yung pag-usapan. Ano ang gamit noon? The requirement of actual and constructive receipt. Now, while sending stops the clock, the service is not legally complete unless the taxpayer actually or constructively receives. Kasi, ganito yan. Ang secondary na kasi, para magiging valid yung assessment, kailangan na-receive po yun ng taxpayer. Kahit nasabihin ng BIR na na-send nila within 3 years, yes, correct. Pero hindi pa yon ang pagbasihan kung valid ba yung assessment na na-render nila kung hindi yan na-receive ng taxpayer. So, ang gagawin nila, ang second stage is kailangan nila na magkaroon sila ng proof na na-receive ng taxpayer yung assessment doon sa kanilang address. Kahit na yung pag-receive na yan ay hindi pasok sa 3 years. Kasi ang importante doon sa 3 years is yung pag-send, release, at saka yung pag-mail. Yun ang importante. Pero again, para magiging valid ang assessment, kasi pag hindi kasi valid ang assessment, so walang saysay lahat ng mga ganitong mga proceedings. So kailangan din na the BIR has to secure na valid yung assessment. Okay. Another supporting evidence for this, the court ruled that the due process requirement, again, due process requirement, which is guaranteed by the Constitution, dito sa so sabi ng korte na if the BIR fails to prove that the taxpayer actually received the PAN and the final assessment, the assessment is void. So in other words, they need to have the proof of that para magiging valid. Kasi kahit napasok yung pag-send, pag-mail within 3 years, pero pagdating naman sa validity ng assessment is hindi naman siya pumasa doon, then walang saysay yung pag-send na pasok sa 3 years. Now, sending a PAN and FUN is part of the due process requirement, the absence of which renders any subsequent assessment void. Okay. So that's the point. Number 3, proper mailing procedures. Okay, so ito yung kailangang bantayan para hindi magiging invalido or kailangan na pasok siya sa 3 years. Una, sabi kasi ito ay galing sa jurisprudence ng Barcelona, Ross Securities Incorporated versus the CIR. Sabi kasi dito na the court held a mere notation of the BIR's record is not enough to prove mailing. So, para ma-prove yung service of registered mail, ang BIR must present una sa post office, mayroong registered receipt. Okay, nandun. Kailangan na mail doon. Tapos yung date of the registered receipt na yan, kailangan pasok doon sa 3 years. Second, the registry return card. Okay. Naka-or yan ha. Or mayroong registry return card. This is a sign, this is a document proving na na-receive ng taxpayer. Kasi mayroong registry return card. Okay. Third is, again, or pa rin ha. Either of the 3, certification from the postmaster that the mail was delivered. Ayun, 3. So, mamili dyan sa 3, alin man dyan ang meron, that is enough or sufficient para i-prove na nagkaroon ng mailing. Okay. Of the assessment. So, again, yung mailing na yan or yung pag-release o pag-send, kailangan within yan sa 3 years. And, of course, they need to secure the validity of the assessment. Para ma-secure, una, kailangan na-receive ang assessment ng taxpayer. Okay, regardless kung outside na sa 3 years na-receive yung mail or yung fund or yung assessment. So, that's the rule when it comes to the 3-year statutory period of limitation. Okay, ito namang letter E, 5 years. Hindi pala ito letter E, kailangan letter B yan. Okay. So, ang 5-year is, sabi dito, there's a 5 years to collect tax. Ang basis na nagkaroon talaga ng execution of the collection of tax is kailangan na-serve yung warrant. Yung date ng pag-serve ng warrant, either for distraint or levy, yun na yun, yung date. Kailangan yung pag-serve na yun ay pasok within 3 years. Hindi ibig sabihin na yung assessment, yung collection ay natapos within 3 years ha. Yung pag-execute lang, initial execution is enough na pasok yung collection. Pag-serve ng yung napasok yung collection within the 5-year statutory period. Or, kung hindi sila gumamit ng distraint or levy, kailangan pasok din yung pag-file nila ng tax collection proceedings doon sa court. Okay? Or tax collection case doon sa court. Yun yung basis ng execution ng collection. Okay. So, kailangan ang counting ng 5 years dito ay mangyari po from the date of the mailing of the final assessment notice. From the date of the mailing. Okay, tandaan natin yan ha. Baka po magkamali na ang nasa utak natin is from the date na na-receive yung fund or final assessment notice ng taxpayer. Hindi po on that date na na-receive yung final assessment notice. Kung hindi po, sa date kung kailan napadala ng BIR yung final assessment notice. And remember kung ano yung mga basis and proof of that. Kasi accordingly, not mere notation is acceptable. Kailangan nandito ito yung mga iba't ibang klase ng registries. Okay. So dito, I'm going to repeat na ang 5-year begins on the date of the service or release of the final assessment. It is interpreted as from the date of release. So dito sa Wyatt versus Internal Revenue versus Wyatt Philippines, sabi dito, court held that it is reckoned from the date of the assessment. Now the court clarified further that the assessment is deemed made when the notice is released, mailed, or sent by the BIR. So then that's the time that the 5-year period is started to be counted. Okay. So, again, now if the BIR fails to initiate, kailangan lang doon is initiation para pasok sa 5 years. So, kung ganyan, kung they fail to initiate the collection within 5 years, then they lost forever their right to collect the tax. Okay. So, ito po ay mangyayari lang, again, pagkatapos ng assessment, kung may assessment. Okay. Now, itong letter C, Okay.